Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everybody and welcome to my presentation. Hello, I am Imran Kustiana and I am a college student at University Majalengka. Today, I'd like to talk to you about language mixing or code mixing. My presentation will take about 10 minutes. Okay, just go ahead. What is code mixing? Code mix is mixture of two or more languages in communicating. There are still many mixed codes in Indonesian society today. This is due to the large number of local people who dominate living in Indonesia. People are still closely using their local language. In addition, code mixing in Indonesia also occurs due to cultural influences from outside, especially Western culture. Indonesia people prefer to imitate the Westernized style as a symbol of strength and prestige. The Indonesian people consider code mixing a natural thing to use in communicating at any time. In fact, in formal situation, Indonesia grammar should be used according to the EYD. Globalization has had a harmful effect on the development of language, especially Indonesian. The inclusion of foreign culture has gradually fostered the existence of the Indonesian language. The rise of English broadcasts and the invasion of foreign investors has made the use of English increasingly a part of the lives of most people. English language broadcast use of names in English after company standard, both national and multi-national yargo everyone to speak English. This condition causes the Indonesian language to be increasingly present. On the on hand, Indonesian has its own problem, including grammar problem. On the other hand, Indonesian, which was often opposite to regional language, now has to deal with foreign language again. The impact of the invasion of foreign language can be seen in the use of everyday language. In simple terms, code mixing is the phenomenon of mixing a second language into the first language, mixing a foreign language into the structure of the mother tongue. Based on Based on this simple definition, the actual code mixing phenomenon does not necessarily involve a varied language. Regional languages are also used to mix code with national language. In terms of the media or the main used for language delivery, there are two kinds of language, namely the variety of spoken language and the variety of written language. Variety of spoken language is the language produced by using a speech instrument, organ of speech, with the phoneme as the basic element. While the variety of written language is the language produced by utilizing writing with letters as the basic element. One of the linguistic events that is often heard is news. News aims to convey an event that has happened to the general public and the truth is real. Based on the above, the language of the right news can have the success of the intent of the message conveyed the, to the community. In the news, there is an important part that supports the success of news to convey it to the public, namely the headline. When reading a newspaper, generally readers will focus on the headline first. When the headline is interesting, the continue reading the article. The headline must use popular language so that it is easy to understand the meaning. It must be admitted that news headlines play an important role in leading readers to explore the content of the news delivered. However, if you pay attention, the title in the newspaper is not a title that fits the EYD. Indonesian language is still developing. Journalistic language is form of the variety of language found in Indonesia. The prevailing relationships differ from those on scientific writing. In addition to the standard Indonesian rules, there will be found other rules that are only standard for various journalistic language. The reason is considering the diversity of readers, emphasizing the communicative aspect, namely that news can be conveyed precisely, seem to be the most important thing. Maybe that is also the reason for the grammatical aspect, even though is not the main thing to pay attention to. Language in Asia is not only determined by linguistic factor, but also by socio-cultural factor. Factors that influence language use include age, education level, social status, economy level, and gender. Health and gender. Culture or culture around the speaker, which are also factors that influence language use. The socioculture and situational factor require reverting to use a language that is full of improvisation, informal in nature, such as the existence of devastation in accordance with grammatical rules. The use of language that is not excessive and the use of the right word makes it successful in delivering news. Language that is easily understood and the community greatly influence news in the delivery. Maybe that's enough for a presentation from me. Hopefully it's useful and can shake to all my friends. Thank you for your time. Apologies if there are many mistakes. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.